What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in a motherfucking building. This time, I am back for a recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 4, episode 5. Let's just discuss a few things. Okay, so the episode started off with Karen storming off from the table because of Gizelle, basically attacking her in front of the other women, putting her out on Front Street about not telling her all her fucking business about House of Huger, and what she's going to be doing with her business. Candace runs out to talk to Karen, and, she's just like, are you okay? And Karen's like, I'm fine. I just don't understand why she has to keep fucking with me and coming at me. Why I didn't tell her this. Why I didn't tell her that. Gizelle, let me get you together really quick. You and Karen are working, bitch, on being friends. You guys are not just bestie, westie. You guys are just not in that space. And I need for you to slow down. I see a lot of immaturity with you, Gizelle, where when it comes to Karen, I think you're jealous of Karen. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sometimes we have people in our lives that they don't really believe in us. I don't know. They feel like they need to shade everything we do or everything we're going through, and they need to make it a joke, and they need to, like what she did with the taxes, created this dumbass shirt, free Uncle Ben, tax reform, all that bullshit she put on that t-shirt, making fun of somebody's tax issue and thinking, well, it's funny, it's a joke. It's not a joke. What if Karen, Gizelle, came at you about Sherman? And I'm pretty sure when y'all get to that reunion, Karen go get your motherfucking ass together. Matter of fact, she's gonna get you together on the next episode as well. And she gonna chastise you like you a fucking child. But, she's gonna get on you about Sherman and how, it just looks like you can't keep a man. You keep picking a wrong man. Don't nobody want to be bothered with you. Karen is gonna lay into your ass on that. And the more I thought about that, I did feel bad that Sherman stood you up, this, that, and the third. But I feel like I said before, you guys, all that shit is karma. All of that shit, Gizelle, is all the hating you do, all the hazing you do to other people. I think you were a part of some type of sorority in college that it just never ended for you, where you just constantly have to test people's loyalty and keep testing people until you get a response. And then when you get the response you don't want, you want to get in victim mode. Oh, I just asked her a question. Oh, I am her friend. I am her friend, right? Why wouldn't she share certain information with me? That whole Kenya Moore bullshit, it's just played on a different level on this show by Gizelle and Ashley in particular. I see them doing that the most, and it's very annoying. And Robin has her time with it as well. Just very annoying. Just doing fake ass shit, and then, oh, well, why you couldn't just keep it real with me? Don't nobody got to tell you, Gizelle, all they working on in their business. That's that lady's business. Is you gonna help invest some money into House of Huger? No, you just want to be a nosy ass bitch that makes fun of your so-called friends' business ventures. And I know all about this all too well. I have somebody that's always asking me about my podcast. How many subscribers you got? How many this? How many, why is that important? Are you going to put money into my channel? Why don't you say things like, oh, well, I hope, everything is going good with your podcast, and I have a friend right now and he's just very respectful and, oh, I hope your show is going good. Oh yeah, I'll be on the show. He's supportive. That's support. You have other people, they don't give a fuck about your podcast, your perfume. They don't really care. They just want to know the details so they can try to compete against it. so they could try to copy what you're doing or try to hate or throw some shade. I ain't got time for that bullshit. So as soon as I see any of that bullshit from people, I shuts them the fuck down. I don't care who you are. As soon as I see some shady ass behavior, I'm gonna treat you, treat you a certain type of way, and you will be kept at a distance. You will. And when you let me know you can be an adult, then you will get a little bit closer to me. But acting like a child with me, you get either cut the fuck off, or you'll just be kept at a distance. And that's how I do that. People don't really act like the way Gizelle is acting when they're supportive. You know, she's always shady, and that's why Karen don't trust that bitch. And that's basically what she told Candace. I don't trust her. I don't get her motives of thinking I need to tell her everything. You know, we're not friends, all like that. We're working on getting to a better place. Anyways, Karen comes back to the table, and Gizelle starts saying shit like, well, Karen, I didn't say that for you to run off. You know, I support what you're doing. You know, I'm just trying to figure out why you would tell a stranger all your business before me, because she trusts the goddamn stranger more than you. And I feel like that, the way I feel like that, and I relate to that a lot in my own life. There is certain shit I would tell a stranger over people that actually know me. Because certain people that know me, they don't have my best interests at heart. They pretend that they do, but they don't, you know, so I understand that. Okay, next, let me say this really quickly, because a lot of people, they are twisting the Candace storyline. What I keep hearing from people in their reviews, they keep saying, well, and this is how I know people are not familiar with narcissistic personality disorder. It is very painful when you have a mother that suffers from narcissistic personality disorder. It's hard talking to other people about that. Candace has not come out and say, she has not said that her mother is a narcissist, but come on, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist, you know. It doesn't take fucking rocket science for us to figure out the bitch is a narcissist. She is what she is, you know. Anyways, I don't feel that the ladies truly understand what she's going through with that. I can tell by their responses, and to be honest with you, I don't even know if any of them really care. I think the only person at that table that really cares about what Candace may be going through with her mom is Karen. Everybody else, to me, just serves off, I don't understand that. Or that's being, you know, they recognize that the behavior is wrong, but they don't know how bad it is. And then when I listen to other reviews and people say, well, Candace, you just need to grow up. Get off your mother's titty. Then once that stops, then, you know, she's going to respect you. No, these people don't operate like that. Even if Candace, her mother strikes me as somebody as, even if Candace does end up getting her own shit, yeah, the mother won't be able to pop up this, that, and the third, but she's still going to be a bitch to Candace, because that's just all a part of being narcissistic, is being very difficult to please, being very difficult to deal with, just being a bitch just to be a bitch. You know, it could be as so simple as, let's say Candace wasn't with Chris and she was with another man, and she's introduces her mom to the man, and her mother just rolls her eyes and, why are you even going out with him? You know, ain't none of these men any good. You know, y'all see how she's even talked about Candace's father. And yeah, I'm sure the man has did some fucked up shit probably to her, you know. But I don't feel like you need to talk to Candace about that. That's her father. You know what I'm saying? Candace probably knows the man did fucked up shit, but that's what he did to you. It's not, oh, he did that to Candace, and, you know, like, girl. So when the mother was doing all of that shit, I was like, this bitch is deflecting, and trying to make the father into a bad person when really she's the fucking bad person. But what I want to say is, you guys, Dealing with someone that has MPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is not easy. And a lot of you all, you just think it's about money. Well, once you cut the money part off, no, baby, it's deeper than that. Please start listening to some YouTube videos. I'm serious. Because it's very frustrating, and I have people tell me all the time, well, you need to call me more, you need to text me, and we need to talk. And I feel like, what the fuck do we have to talk about? You don't really know what it's like having a parent that has that. I really can't talk to you about that. And I notice when I've talked to other people about what I went through with my parents, like people are bored with the conversation because they just don't fucking understand it. And it's because they haven't went through it, you know. So anyways, Candace lets them know, you know, my mom sometimes calls me a dumbass bitch, this, that, and the third. And all the ladies pretty much, they're in an agreement to that behavior towards Candace is wrong. And you got Ashley looking like a damn cuckoo bird. She got her own fucking issues with her mother. Did y'all hear the shit she said on the last episode? I forgot really to talk about it. She said, oh, you need to go to therapy for your mother? She said that to Candace. Bitch, you need to go for your goddamn mammy. You got a lot of nerve. Ashley is fucked up, y'all. She really is, but I'm gonna get more into her as the episode, you know, takes off. But they're pretty much sitting up there letting her know, you know, Candace, that's not cool. You know, you need to set some boundaries. Tell her to just cut her off. Why people don't tell people to just cut people off? I think we all are stuck on this whole thing of that's your mother. You're supposed to just put up with it and smile. And this shit is just, it's not right. And the bitch would be cut off if it were me. I'm serious, and I got even less resources than Candace, okay? Candace got enough money. She working on this show. She can cut that bitch off, and Dorothy wouldn't be a problem no more. I would just cut her off. That bitch is in her middle age. When people get middle age like that, they ain't trying to change. They think they know every fucking thing. Monique ends up talking about her mother-in-law and how she's from the South, and she kind of acts like Candace's mom, and, you know, she's another bitch, too. And that's why that lady has not been around her son for a couple of years, because she treated Monique like she ain't shit. And kudos to Monique's husband for cutting that bitch off. He didn't permanently cut her off, which is probably what I would have did, but he just recognized that the bitch needed some time in years to be away from him and his family, specifically his wife. And a lot of men, they will allow their mother to disrespect their woman, and that shit is wrong. That shit is so wrong. So hopefully though, I think Monique and Chris, they're going to be having a party or baby shower, and I think they're going to end up inviting the mother. So we'll see if that bitch has changed. Probably not. I'm not shocked. Okay, really quickly, we got this part with Gizelle and Candace. They, you know, they done wrapped up with the other ladies for dinner, and they started talking about Karen. And Gizelle claims she wants some insight on Karen. Gizelle, you don't need no insight. You just need to treat Karen the way that you would want to be treated. But no, you treat her like a bitch. And this is what the bitch gets. You know, this is why you ain't got no good dick in your life. Because you be trying to be shady and treat people any kind of way. Even the producer called Gizelle out and was just like, because Gizelle was like, well, Karen be trying to fool me all the time. I don't be trying to fool her. I don't be playing with her. I don't be doing shit to her. And the producer was like, Pizzagate? What about the Erica Lyles situation? What about that? You know, naming all these different incidents. And even Gizelle had to laugh and just be like, oh, I forgot about. Bitch, you ain't forgot. You need to learn to treat this woman with respect. It's just very simple. I don't know why she makes it so hard. But anyways, Candace just basically let Gizelle know, you know, listen, Karen just lost her parents, okay? She's in a stage of grieving. She's going through a lot. You need to lay up off of her and her telling you all her business, because that's really not going to happen, especially if she just lost both of her parents. And really quickly, Karen said something at the table to Candace. I think she said it actually in her confessional. She was just like, oh, well, I feel that Candace and her mom really love each other, and they just don't know you know how it is to be away from each other. You know, I lost my mom, and I cannot stand when people do that shit. I love you, Karen. I really do fuck with you. You one of my favorites on here, but I did not like when you said that. That's what I'm saying, you guys. People, they do not understand MPD. They think, oh, well, you and your mother are having a difficult time and you could get past it. I got through it with my mother. You could work with your mother. And Karen, yeah, your mother is not alive anymore and you're sad and you're genuinely hurt. You probably had a good relationship with her and she was a good mother to you. But what we have to understand is when a woman has a particular mother, especially a mother with MPD, narcissistic personality disorder, it's not that simple. She's just going to have to limit her contact with her mom or just completely cut her mom off to have peace in her life. So it's not a matter of they need to appreciate each other, because I know how it is to be without a parent, you know, and it's sad. And yes, it is sad, but sweetie, you are comparing apples to oranges. And to be all the way honest with you, I think that Candace and Chris would be better off without Candace's mom in her life. I think that lady causes Candace to doubt herself. She's constantly crying when she's talking about her mother. A lot of people have noticed that. You know, it's just real. And I really like Candace. I really feel like Candace is snappy and she be having some comebacks for these bitches, especially for how she got their ass together. She got Gizelle and Sharice's ass together last year. And she go get Ashley together a little bit later on, and we go get into that. But I like Candace. I am rooting for you, bitch. Get away from that crazy ass mammy, okay? So next we have a tour that the ladies go on of a plantation, and the person that takes them on the tour is Gizelle's father. It's his birthday. You know, he's taking them on a tour, letting them know about Gizelle's ancestors. Turns out they were abused and raped and enslaved, and it was just crazy. All the ladies were sad to hear that there were children that died in slavery, and there were just all these laws and rules for the slaves to follow. It was just horrible. I'm the type of person, I can't even really watch Roots now, really, but I will watch it with my daughter in the future. That way she can know, you know, her history, because it's very important. But me, I can't really be watching Roots and shit. The shit makes me very upset. And I really do believe that slavery still exists, but just metaphorically, not, you know, physically, and being, you know, handcuffed and, you know, oh, you got to stay in the field and, you know, and work all day. You know, no. You know, we don't have that going on, but we have seen our black people get killed by police officers for some unruly reasons, just because the color of their skin. So it is a lot of pain that goes into being black. And we know that from back in the day with our ancestors, and we know that now with the many people that have lost their lives to these police officers. So it's just really sad. But the ladies were all humble enough to listen to, you know, everything her father was saying. Her father reminds me of that light-skinned guy that played Bill Cosby's father on The Cosby Show. He just really puts me, honey. He really looks like that man and sounds like him. Candace, honey, had a little bit of a crush on Gizelle's daddy, honey. She's like, oh, he a nice looking man. We know how you like it, girl. We know you like them beige looking brothers, honey. So next we see Karen. She has this conversation with Ray. She lets him know that she's going to be staying in for the night. You know, she's still grieving, and you know, she needs to be alone. And she already had told all the girls that as well, because they plan on going out and having a good time. And, you know, Karen just She don't want to be bothered like that. She's still thinking about her parents, and it's understandable. And then, there's Gizelle. She's a fake ass bitch. She don't really want to be bothered with her. Did y'all hear Ray talk about Karen's Afrocentric look? Ray, that is not an Afrocentric look. That is a bad wig that your woman had braided. Karen, you take that shit off your head, okay? Take that shit off. Stop playing. Girl, you could have got you a better braided wig than that. There are a lot of them out here. This is what I do not understand. Is these women have all this money and they don't even have the right type of wigs. But honey, that's neither here nor there. So we got Gizelle, we got Katie and Ashley. They're all sitting down and they're waiting on Robin and the other girls to come down, and Gizelle discovers that Karen is on Instagram Live, and she's just like, I thought that Karen didn't want to hang out with us, and I thought she was going to go to bed. What is she doing on Instagram Live? And she could be hanging with me. Gizelle, you have too many expectations for somebody that just don't fuck with you like that, and you just keep thinking of different ways to be offended, and you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't even act like that. Karen is a grown woman. She could be on Instagram Live. Maybe she just wants to talk with the fans and lay back in her bed. And, then they began talking to Karen on the Instagram Live. Oh, you didn't want to come out with us. And, oh, we on our way out. And Karen was like, well, I ain't going out. Y'all could come to where I'm at, She just basically, just played that shit off cool. But Gizelle, you are a bully. You just keep, gunning for Karen. Karen got this target on her back. And the main people that buys into the shit that Gizelle says about Karen is Ashley and Robin, because they fuck with Karen too. Monique, I saw her buying into the shit. Because earlier in the episode, Gizelle was just like, well, I consider myself to be Karen's friend, and I'm just hurt she wouldn't tell me about her business. And Monique was like, oh, I can understand that. Monique, don't fall for that bullshit. Gizelle just wants to be mad. She got some dry draws. She ain't getting no dick no more from that ugly ass Sherman. She just want to be mad, and she want to take it all out, honey, on Miss Huger. That's all she want to do. So, girl, Gizelle, sit your ass down and let that woman be on Instagram Live. It has nothing to do with you. Okay, so the ladies are in New Orleans, and they're trying to go to a place called the Big Easy or something, trying to go have drinks and act a fool. They have to leave that slow ass Robin behind because Robin has to meet them there because once again, she's running late. Robin, you need to look into that. Why you are always late, bitch. That's a problem. And I'm pretty sure if they told your ass you was meeting Juan somewhere, your ass wouldn't be late at all. I'm just saying. But it's very rude and it's annoying. So on the little bus that they're on, the ladies have shots. They trying to turn up before they get to where they are going. Once they arrive at, the Big Easy or whatever, they're drinking, they're dancing, they talking loud, they having a good time. Honey, I was so jealous watching them women, honey. I wish it was me. I want to go to Nolan's. Okay, so the last scene is the last scene, and they get back to the hotel, and, they end up talking about this whole thing of Ashley and her drinking, and Candace pretty much picked up on it. And I'm team Candace. And one thing that I did not like was when Candace was addressing Ashley about all the drinking she's been doing, because Ashley made it a point to say throughout this season so far, well, I've cut back on my drinking so that I can conceive. And, she has made it an issue that she shouldn't drink a lot if she's trying to conceive. She's even cleaned up her diet. And so it was Ashley that said all of that. I don't like how Robin and Gizelle, they was making faces and shit looking at Candace for coming at Ashley. she's just coming at her about what the fuck she said she was gonna do to try to get pregnant. Even Monique was playing dumb, like, why, Candace, you coming at Ashley? She could drink even while she's trying to get pregnant. Not if you have fertility issues. You can't, everybody can't do everything. Maybe you could have a drink, but maybe Ashley needs to slow down. And Ashley is having a baby with that old ass man. So she needs to stop as many of her habits as possible. Okay? Is Michael swimmers? Are they even swimming at this point, honey? Well, they probably are. These men can have babies, hell, probably until they in their 90s, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't like how everybody was looking at Candace for pointing out the obvious. Because let's not forget, it was just last year that Ashley was trying to drag Monique down for being an alcoholic. And Candace is only saying, hey, bitch, you keep talking about you want to have this baby and you cut down on your alcohol. Every time I see you, you are drinking. Is there a problem? What's going on? That's all Candace is saying. And I just don't understand how they can't support Candace in addressing this bitch. Because Ashley, just like Candace says, Ashley comes at Karen about her business, her tax issues, her relationship issues. She's accused Karen of cheating on her man. Ashley has accused Monique of being an alcoholic. She's accused Robin and Juan of not really having a real relationship. And some of that may be true, but it's not like it was her fucking business, So it's just like, now that somebody is laying into Ashley's ass, y'all are not in support of it. It's her turn. It's her time. Candace also, knows about what Michael said about Juan, about how he wants to suck his dick. And see, none of the ladies have really addressed that. So she's holding that in the back of her head and she's like, well, I don't want to make it about that. She's classy for that, because a bitch like me, I would serve it to that fucking Ashley Darby. Because Ashley pulls no punches, honey. She does whatever the fuck she wants to do with other people's information. She doesn't give a fuck if it's touchy for them, if they go get in their feelings about it. She antagonizes people, interrogates people, but yet now that the shoe is on the other fucking foot, Ashley is all defensive and shit. Well, why you coming at me like that? I suffered a miscarriage as a woman that had a miscarriage. Bitch, shut your motherfucking ass up. It's your motherfucking time to be held to the cross. To be nailed to the cross, not held. Be nailed to the goddamn cross. It's your time, bitch, to be antagonized, to be interrogated. And I'm team motherfucking Candace with that shit. They had a scene with Katie acting crazy, letting her fucking titties out. She was just acting a plumb fool. I told y'all, Katie needs to check. Katie also had mentioned in the episode when Candace was talking about her mom, she had said to Candace, well, just call her up and call her an old stupid bitch. And, I thought that shit was funny. And Candace was just like, no, I can't do that. And don't do that, bitch. Just cut the bitch off. Don't waste your energy arguing with nobody. Just cut their motherfucking ass off or keep them at a distance. That's all you could do. That's all I have, you all. It looks like Karen is going to lay into Gizelle's ass next week. I am fucking here for it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I am out.